Hi everyone, but welcome back. It is AuthorTube Thursday, and I am in the process of uploading my Top 5 Wednesday video, and I figured I'd get this out of the way while I'm still sitting on my computer. So today's AuthorTube video is going to be about music. As you can see, I don't have my headphones in today. When I'm recording, I find that if I listen to music while I'm recording, it kind of helps my voice level out and not be as up and down or as flat or as loud or as quiet as it can possibly be. So you might hear, if you turn the volume really high up, the music in the background, just so that way I have something to focus on while I'm talking to you guys. So since I'm talking about music, and that's where I started off today, I'm going to talk about the music that I listen to when I write. When I wrote Universal Remote, Fall Out Boy's Save Rock and Roll album was really big. And I would listen to that on YouTube on repeat constantly. That was my go-to music album to listen to for that book. And once I got through that book and got the first draft done and had to fill in the blanks, every time I tried to fill in the blank listening to something else, I couldn't. And the story didn't work when I didn't listen to that specific album. It was really, that's one of the few times that that's actually happened to me, where I had to listen to something specific in order to work on what I needed to work on. I know that I've had one story, and maybe this is why I haven't finished any of my other stories, is because I can't find the albums that go to those stories yet. Or I'm listening to something specific while I'm working on that story, but when I go back into it, the same feelings aren't there, and I'm hearing a different story in the music. It's really, I don't know if anybody else who writes has experienced that or not. For me, that just, music is sort of that gateway. And I know I've seen a couple authors' books where they actually put the album list that they've listened to while they're writing into the story. I think Sherilyn Kenyon did it with her first, I want to say Born of Shadows. I know that's one of the books in the series, but her Born of series, she put in Drowning Pools, Bodies. Love that song. But in the back of the book, it's either in the back of the book or the front of the book. It's been a while since I read it. But in one of those two spots, she puts the playlist that she listened to while she was writing that specific book. And I thought that was really cool, because you get to listen to what she was listening to and experience the book the way she wrote it. And I can get with that, because music does the exact same thing. Was listening to Mad World the other day, and I wrote a blog post about this. Mad World brings up a very repressed person to me that just wants to run away. And there's the story that I can see, and I think that's where the most recent storyline that I was playing around with came out of. Was I heard that song, and I'm thinking about this chick or person that is so fed up with her job that she, on an impulse, jumps on a train. And not jumps on it literally, but goes up to the counter instead of going to work, buys a train ticket anywhere she wants to go, very random spot, first train ticket that pops up that is available right then and there, she buys the ticket for, gets on the train, and has her own personal adventure. She takes a personal day. And one personal day turns into more than that. And I thought that would have been an interesting story to explore, because I thought about doing that. And another storyline that I'm working on, called The Traveler, sort of goes along that storyline too, where the chick wins the lottery, is an author, wants to write a travel book, and instead of writing a travel book, it's the story of her adventures and what she finds in the different cities that she ends up landing in while still talking to somebody that she wanted to talk to while she was at her job. And kind of the way that that plays out, because I don't have an ending for that yet, I haven't finished it, but I know the storyline, and I know the music that goes with that book, for the most part. Shadows is the same way. Shadows is Stained. I was in a Stained phase. I loved their Illusions album and then their Chapter 5 album. I was working with Runaways on that one. And I've just got a lot of stories, and a lot of them come down to the music that go with those stories. And I haven't listened to that music in a while and gone back over those stories to kind of see where I want to take the stories, because I haven't gone back to that music lately. And maybe that's why I'm stuck. And that's why these videos are awesome, because I get to figure out why I'm stuck and maybe help you guys figure out why you're stuck. So if you're stuck, maybe try to look at the music that you were listening to while you were working on that book. And that's actually how I finished the Universal Remote. I had to go back through and find the Fall Out Boy album and listen to more Fall Out Boy and eventually finish the story. So I hope this helps in some way instead of me just rambling today. It is Camp National Novel Writer Month, so over on the National Novel Writer Month website, they are doing cabins, and hopefully through that community you're able to either edit your book, write your book, connect with people who are writing their stories. Maybe you guys have similar stories. Maybe you guys can collaborate. It all depends on how you want to use the service and how you want to connect with people through National Novel Writer Month. So with that, I'm going to stop rambling, and I hope you guys have a great day and are staying dry. Right now it's wet and rainy out here. I'm actually surprised I don't have spots on my shirt still. Had to do a coffee run this morning, which is why I'm kind of super hyper right now. But with that, again, have a great day, and I will see you guys on Sunday. Bye.